Welcome back to Happily Booked, the bookcast where two kindred spirits believe that the pursuit of happiness is the same thing as reading a good book and being able to talk about it. Okay, we're recording 2 episodes today because I will be out of town next Monday. So, sorry, we're your hostesses, Brooke and
Beck.
Okay, anyway, so we're gonna try not to make it feel rushed, but we're gonna try to stay on track. Okay, on topic. We're not gonna do this where we
Our normal.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to stay on topic. We're gonna maybe try no longer than 45 minutes if we can manage.
Yeah.
We will see. Okay. I have a quote.
Okay. Ooh.
On my paper. Bellamy didn't know why the ancient humans even bothered doing drugs. What was the point of shooting junk into your veins when walking through the forest had the same effect?
Ooh, I like that.
Good point, Bellamy. I agree. What's the point? When you can just walk out in beautiful nature and God's creation and feel better than you would if you were shooting junk into your veins. Good point. Do you want to guess what that's from? Is that why you're going to my store?
Yes, that's why I'm going to your store.
I wasn't trying to be nosy, but it was there.
Oh, would it be nuclear war?
No.
Really? Okay. What is it?
It's the 100 by Cass Morgan.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I almost guessed it, but I was like, nah, it's not that.
Yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
Nuclear war is nonfiction. So I guess Bellamy could be a real person saying something.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
But yeah, so the 100 is fiction, a sci-fi, YA sci-fi.
Right.
As if you've seen the show, you know, everybody knows. But anyway, that was my quote.
I like it.
Thanks. Have you finished anything?
You don't want to do hauls first? I mean, I don't have one.
Oh, that's why I had it. I moved it around.
Oh.
I'll do hauls after.
Okay.
I thought maybe that'd be a good little switcheroo.
Okay. All right. So, have I finished anything? Is that what you asked?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
Yay.
I finished 3 things.
3? 3?
Yeah.
Good for you, Becky.
I had to double check if I finished the first one.
Oh my gosh.
So I finished Up From Slavery by Booker T. Washington. Very good. Very, very full of wisdom.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I finished reading Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass.
Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass.
It's his first autobiography. He wrote it in 1845, I think. And then he wrote another autobiography 10 years later, which he reflected on the first one, I think. I'm going to read that one next.
Okay.
So.
Look at you.
I guess that's a spoiler, but I mean, that's not the only thing I'm going to read next, so stay tuned. Then I read The Boxcar Children, Volume 1, by Gertrude Chandler Warner, and that was an accident. So one day, I mean, it's not an accident that I finished it. It's an accident that I started reading it. So one day I had plugged in my phone on the way home, and normally it automatically starts the book that you're listening to, which I can't remember. I think I did listen to this on Storygraph. So it should have been The Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass, but it just randomly started playing The Boxcar Children.
That is so weird.
And I read this book for sure when I was younger. I don't remember if I read any of the other Boxcar Children, but I read this one and it kind of brought back some memories. And I was like, oh, I remember this. I remember that. So I listened to it. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just listen to one in the morning and one in the afternoon. So
yeah,
that's how that happened.
So now you're doing the 2 audiobook thing again.
Yeah.
That's nice though. Very nostalgic.
It was. I can't wait to, actually it's funny because I finished listening to it in Walmart on Valentine's Day because I was getting the girls I took them to eat on Friday, but I was like, oh, they still need like their roses and stuff. So I went to Walmart. And I was listening to it. It started the next one immediately after. I was like, I didn't tell you to do that.
Yeah.
It's kind of been weird a little bit as far as that goes, but like, why would you automatically start the next book?
Yeah.
But so and I haven't updated Storygraph because I didn't do that intentionally.
Uh-huh.
So when I actually start it,
Yeah.
then I'll update that. But
Cool. Frederick Douglass.
so he was another slave.
Okay.
But he was very well known. I'm glad you asked because actually I wanted to talk about it a little bit. Booker T's experience with slavery was vastly different from Frederick Douglass' experience.
Okay.
So Booker T had good owners. I mean, there's always the question of what are you a good owner if you own a slave?
Right.
But in a lot of cultures for thousands of years there have been slaves, and even some Christians in the first century owned slaves. The Book of Philemon is written about a slave and his master, and his slave runs away, converts to Christianity, and is sent back to his master. But his master's told, you have to treat him like a brother. You can't be disrespectful to him as a human being. You
Right.
can't mistreat him. So there's the age-old question of, is it okay? But in a society where that's normal, whatever. So anyway, he had good slave owners. They didn't beat him. They fed him, took care of him. But Frederick Douglass never had good slave owners. And he had good slave owners, sort of, when he was sent to the city one time, but they actually weren't very nice people. And he said that, like the woman was actually nice when he first went there, but she had never owned slaves. She married someone who owned slaves, I guess, or married into a family who did. And she actually had her own business, took care of herself, made her own money. But he said owning slaves changed both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And they became not nice people. And that's age old. Power goes to some people's heads.
Yeah.
And even if you're not a slave owner, if you're just like a manager or a boss of some kind, if you're the wrong kind of person, then becoming a boss,
Yeah, if you don't check yourself.
you're going to be a terrible person to work for. So they didn't beat him. I don't think anyone ever beat him. He just witnessed a lot of it. One man tried to beat him and he beat him. He turned that around on him, and that man never touched him again. Rightly so. And in a lot of ways, this book by Frederick Douglass was worse than the book by Booker T because just the things that he went through.
Yeah.
Or witnessed. I mean, I can't share it on the podcast. I feel like that'd be R-rated. Children shouldn't hear it. But it's like, I knew those things happened under slavery, but it's like I was telling a lady at church, we talk about the crucifixion of Jesus and we think about it every first day of the week, his death, burial, and resurrection. When we take communion, we focus on that. But unless you actually read the details about what he went through, the scourging and what that meant to be nailed to the cross, it doesn't affect you the same way. And that's how I feel like about slavery.
Yeah.
We knew that those things happened, but when you read a firsthand account from an actual slave, it makes it heavier in a way. And it was just like, ugh, I cannot believe people were treated like that, and still are in some places in the world.
Yeah.
And I think everyone should read any firsthand accounts of slavery that they can, because it gives you a correct notion of what happened under slavery, not just what your teacher tells you or what you read in a history book written 100 years later. Like this was written by people that actually went through it,
Right.
And I feel like everyone should read these books.
Mm-hmm.
That's my personal opinion.
That's powerful.
Yeah, it was. It was very powerful, and I think it would change a lot of people's notions of racism, what we call racism, and just how we treat each other in general.
Yeah.
Because if you read their words of wisdom, they don't wish any evil or ill will on the white person. except for maybe those ones who were abusive. Like they should have been held accountable, but a lot of them weren't. But they don't believe that anyone who didn't own slaves should be punished for people who did. And they also think that Black people should be treated better by white people, or should have been treated better by white people. And I think that if everyone just listens to their words of wisdoms, Black and white, in this country especially, that it would help with a lot of tensions that are going on. Like, you could just see it from a different perspective, I feel.
Yeah.
So it is a good book. They're both very well.
It's always hard to imagine, like, could you imagine actually treating a human being that way?
Yeah.
Just because you had power over them?
Right.
Like, that's just awful.
It had me questioning a lot, like, if I lived back then, I probably wouldn't have owned slaves because my family didn't have money. But if I did, would I have treated them well?
Right.
Would I have freed them?
Yeah.
Would I have thought I was protecting them by keeping them enslaved from other slave owners?
Right.
Because a lot of people, there were free people. And I think 12 Years a Slave that I'm going to read and the movie I'm going to watch is based on this, that a lot of free Black men in the North were captured and enslaved. And they didn't have a right to do that.
Mm-mm.
And so, like, would I have thought, well, I'm keeping them safe by keeping them here?
Yeah, like, what would my mentality have been?
Yeah, like, if I set them free, will someone else just steal them and make them a slave and be cruel to them?
Right.
You know, there's a lot of questions that I have going on in my head when I'm listening to these stories.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think everyone should listen to them.
Yeah.
It's thought-provoking.
Very, very insightful. Very nice.
Have you finished anything?
Yes.
You better have.
I like that lately it's like we go from your heavy topics to why sci-fi, you know?
I mean, I'm very sorry for the heavy topics.
No, it's good.
It's Black History Month.
It's good.
So I'm trying to keep with, reading
I just can't, whatever I say is not going to be that impactful. Just saying. Okay? I did finish 2 things.
Okay. Oh.
Not 3.
I'm an overachiever.
But 2. I finished Rift by Thomas Asher.
Yay!
Finally. Yay. That book was like so large. But it was like so good. It was very, you start off and it's very dense and information filled, and you're just kind of like trying to understand. You're trying to like get a sense of what the rest of the book's gonna feel like, and there's a whole bunch of scientific jargon that you have to kind of like think about. Like, you have to actually use your brain a little bit, and that's fine, but it takes some practice sometimes. And then after like the first tiny little bit of the book, I don't even want to say the first quarter of the book, but maybe even less than that. It you're there, you're mentally prepared, and it just sort of takes off from there, and you're like, hold on, because it is a wild ride. It is an intense, wild ride. So those people, I know last time I talked about it, I think I told you that they woke up and they don't know when or where they are, and somebody got eaten by a pterodactyl and whatever. So you bounce between their perspective and the perspective of the head veterinarian that is still at the research facility, at the domes where they had the animals that were brought back from extinction and all the things. But then these people's experiment underneath caused chaos everywhere else. They're recovering from that. And so you alternate from her perspective to the people who are stranded. When and where, we don't know. And there was one point where we would go back to the head... Sorry. My bad. To the head veterinarian's perspective, and I was like, okay, pick up the pace, lady. Like, I want to get back to see what's going on with the other people. So there was a few tiny little bits where, during her perspective, it felt a little bit slower. Now, the book is huge. And because it's so dense, it might already feel a little slow depending on your own preferences. But I do think overall it was pretty steady paced. It wasn't super fast, but it was pretty steady. There's a lot of information that gets thrown at you in every perspective, and it's just like, whoa, and fascinating and terrifying at the same time. But you're following those other people who are stranded, and boy, they're just in for a horrible, horrible time.
Oh, man.
They're just in for the worst time of their lives, having to survive in a place where there are dinosaurs and, like, literally no other people. Like, there's no people, there's no man-made anything. Like, man has not made a single thing, and you are just there on your own, figure it out. And the only thing they have are the suits on their back.
Mm-hmm.
And their experience gets traumatic.
Oh, man.
It gets, like, nitty gritty and a little bit of gory here and there and violent, because there are dinosaurs who are trying to attack them and maybe who do attack them, and you know, there's no modern medicine.
Right.
There's no nothing. There's just the nature. So, you know, if you have some knowledge of natural remedies,
Right.
but like, what about my broken leg, you know, or whatever. So it was intense. And then finally, at another point, in the veterinarian's perspective, stuff starts to like hit the fan, and he realized that due to this catastrophe, some like raptors have entered the dome and stuff. So they start to realize that, and these raptors are scary.
When people start getting eaten.
Yeah. Like, they're scary in Jurassic Park and the Jurassic World movies, and, like, they're scary. Like, that is the last thing you want to find,
Right.
you know? But, these were much more frightening, I think, because like, in Jurassic Park and stuff, they could, like, communicate with each other, and, like, they were very intelligent. But in this world, they discovered that they could mimic like a parrot can mimic.
Oh.
So, like, just an example, they'd be like in a dark tunnel trying to escape, and you get separated from the person you're running with, and you're like, where are you? Where are you? And then you hear, I'm over here. Dr. Perez, I'm over here.
No.
But it's not.
It's
not them. And
don't go over there.
It was very, very scary in those moments. And I think Thomas Asher did a very, very good job. I don't think he has any other books. I could be wrong. I think this is like his debut novel. And I don't think he's super well known. So I went on Amazon and left a review, and did it on Goodreads and like everything. And he actually commented on Goodreads and was like, thank you. And I was like, you're welcome. Cool. It was really good. So I say, if you like Jurassic Park and you like Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer, which I read that original trilogy, the Annihilation series, what's it called? It's called something else. But that series. And it was good, but at the time I think it more so went over my head than anything else. But it was creepy and like upsetting on some scenes. So if you like Jurassic Park and Annihilation, this is a good mesh of that kind of terror. So I think you'd like it. It's very good. So good job, Thomas Asher. There's also a lot of like really good illustrations and like the bestiary at the back, and like he has all these references at the bottom of the pages where the footnotes, and you can go and like read more about it and stuff. Like, he put a lot of effort in.
That's nice.
And it showed. It really showed. So I finished that, and I really liked it. And then I finished The 100 by Cass Morgan, which that was what the quote was from. It was so quick. I thought it was a trilogy. There's 4 books in the series, so I will be continuing. But I finished it yesterday, and I didn't think it was going to end so quick. But I was cooking dinner, and Stetson was in there with Austin. And I was like, you know what? This says I've got 88%. I've read 88%.
I know.
Let's see how far I can get while I'm cooking dinner. And I read, I clicked the screen, 2 more pages, and it was like, the end. And I was like, well, that doesn't add up. But okay.
So it's 92%
Right.
done.
So, okay. In the show, I haven't watched it in a very long time, and I've never even finished the entirety of the show. But pretty quickly, once they're sent to Earth and they have to survive, pretty quickly, like maybe the first episode, maybe the second episode, they discover that there's actually other people still on Earth. And whether or not that's good or bad, you have to figure it out, and they have to combat that and deal with if they're happy that they're here or if they're not happy that they're here. Aliens, oh my god. So it's pretty fast in the show. And I feel like in the book, which is so dumb because the book takes longer to get through than a couple of episodes of the show would, but like they find out like at the very end, and I'm like, that's not what I was expecting. That's not how I was expecting the first book to end. But it was fine. I'm enjoying them. Spoiler. And
We're both spoiling today.
Whoops. So I really like it. I'll definitely keep reading them. I think so far I might enjoy the books more than the show. Granted, again, I've never finished the show, so. But there's certain aspects that happen where I'm like, yeah, okay, in the show, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, so I finished 2 things, you finished 15, and what are you currently reading?
Okay, I'm currently reading.
This is my new water bottle, everybody.
It's nice.
Yep.
The color's nice. I'm currently reading Secrets of the White House by Elizabeth Jaffrey.
Oh, nice.
Don't get excited. I'm still only 5% through that one. I haven't been reading as much at night this week. I've been watching stuff with the girls. Emma and I watched Sense and Sensibility. She goes, "Why have you never watched this with me before?" I'm like, "I don't know. It's so good." And then I'm like, why have I never read that book?
Yeah.
I need to read it. And then I'm listening to Dead at the Dolmen by Cameron Trost. And
Dead at the Dolmen.
Yes, he's one of the authors that we follow on Facebook.
Okay.
And I've never heard of him before. And of course, this was a brand new, pretty sure this is a brand new release book. So I went to put it in Storygraph and it wasn't there. So I had to add it. But I did a search for his name and some other things came up. And it looks like he normally writes horror.
Oh, okay.
Or like terror books. So, and this one, I guess it would be classified maybe as a horror book. I'm not really sure. I should go and look and see what the genre is, but it's kind of a mystery, and I'm still trying to figure out if it's going to be supernatural or if it's going to be one of those things where it's a person trying to make you think it's supernatural.
The Creeper.
Yeah, so
AM Shine, which I loved.
It's really good. I liked the voice of the person who's reading it. So I went to see who's reading it, and it's AI. But it's better than the AI from the other books. There have been a few things that I'm like, okay, that makes sense that it's AI because of how they pronounce this or how they read that. But for the most part, it's good. Like, it's not terrible to listen to.
I wonder... Okay, yeah. So it's only narrated by an AI
computer.
It's not, it wasn't written.
It was not written by AI. Cameron wrote it. We've talked on a couple of different posts, so that's kind of cool. I know an author.
Oh, we're
besties. But I guess maybe because it was done through Audible, maybe that's why it's better AI than the other AI I've listened to. But yeah, no, he definitely wrote it himself, and he's even so he had a post up on Facebook about which cover do you like better. I guess he's written another book now, or he's writing another book, and he did the cover art, and I guess maybe someone else did the other one, I'm not sure, but he was like, okay, we'll go with this one because everyone voted for the cover that he designed. So he's an all around artist.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That makes me want to go back to Rift by Thomas Asher. Not to fangirl too much. I do really like the book. But at the beginning, before you even start the book, he puts a bunch of trigger warnings, and somewhere before everything, it says something like, none of this book was created using AI. Like, this was all me.
Very good.
Basically. So it's interesting that that's going to be, I'm sure that's becoming a regular thing now.
Yeah.
Like, authors want credit.
Right.
So, and they deserve credit.
They do deserve credit.
So, it's interesting.
Absolutely.
And I did like that he put all the trigger warnings. I mean, there was a lot. But, and I guess he was just being careful. But some of it, I feel like,
was unnecessary.
Yeah, you don't really have to. But, I mean, you never know. I'm desensitized, I guess.
Yeah.
It's possible. I read a lot of crazy stuff sometimes, so.
Yeah. I mean, some things don't bother some people, whereas other people are bothered by what I would find a strange thing to be bothered by. But,
Right. Yeah. Casey, wait, who? What's his name?
Cameron Trost.
Cameron Trost. Interesting. Okay. I'm only currently reading one thing. Actually reading one thing. And that is Day 21 by Cass Morgan, which is the second book in the 100 series. I say the 100, but in the book they say the 100, which is, both are right, but feels weird to just say the 100. Anyway, so it starts off with it starts off immediately where they left off, which was they realized people are still on Earth, and Bellamy's sister was kidnapped, and they thought it was somebody in their original group that just sort of went crazy and took her, but now they're like, oh, people are still here, so I think she was kidnapped by them. So they have to go find her, and people have died. They set fire to their camp, and so now they're they're pretty helpless. The only person who even seemed like they were trying to hunt was Bellamy. And it was there's 100 of you. Figure it out. You're going to starve to death. So it's just a whole bunch of stuff. But it starts off immediately where it left off, and they're on the hunt for a sister. They're trying to survive. And at the same time, you are going back to the original spaceship that houses everybody else. And there's some crazy stuff going on there at the same time, which is the main reason they ended up sending the 100 down to Earth, which was that their ship is starting to fail. It's just starting to fail. Their oxygen is starting to be depleted in a faster rate than they can repair. And so everybody's starting to panic. And so it's sad because there's 3, I don't know what you would say, tax brackets of people on the ship. And the lesser two have been cut off. Oh. So the wealthier people have more access to oxygen at the moment. Isn't that awful?
Why don't they send the poor people to Earth as well?
Right, go ahead and send them. Why you gotta let them completely die right there on the spaceship?
Wow.
I'd rather die on Earth. So...
Surrounded by dinosaurs. No.
Yeah. Not surrounded by dinosaurs. I am cooked if that happens. I do not. I want no part of that. I'll read about it all day, every day. So yeah. So, and they were worried about radiation poisoning and stuff still being around, and it's not really there anymore. It's kind of been, I guess, bred out of the nature. But at the same time, the first deer that Bellamy shot with his bow, which I guess was in the dropship. How convenient.
Or he MacGyvered it.
Some way, somehow. Maybe he did, actually. I think I read that. Anyway. And the deer he drug back had 2 heads. So it's
yikes.
So safe to eat? I don't know. I hope so.
You might not want to eat it.
I hope so. But yeah. It's good. I have jotted down that I'm reading The Shining by Stephen King, but I'm not yet. So that's not happening yet.
That's a lie.
Yeah, it's a lie. But I will be. So stay tuned. Yeah. That's about it, except for my haul, which we can get into in a second.
Yay.
We gotta get our thumbnail, so I gotta, let me turn my brightness up.
I forgot my one book that I actually have, so I just don't have a haul again this week.
That's okay.
But I'm still waiting on 2 more books, so.
Yeah. And you, and then we're not spoiling it early. You're gonna bring them?
Yes, I'm going to bring them. I think I did spoil it last week, so, but maybe people will forget by the time they see this.
I think that you did, and I don't remember what it was.
Yay! I'm not going to retell you.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay, here we go. Okay. You got some eye. Wait, it's too warm. Hold on. Sorry, you can change the tone. There we go.
Oh, yeah, I like that better.
It's better for reading at night, but you know. Cheese. Okay. Anyway, we can just leave that in. So, my haul for Colorado, which I don't need to haul The Shining. I already bought The Shining like months ago, but I will be taking it to Colorado. So, then I did purchase Cold by Drew Hayden Taylor on Kindle.
Okay.
Which I did not realize. Oh, for a second I thought I clicked stop recording. Which I did not realize is, I think, a horror book. Okay. A tragic plane crash that leaves 2 women stranded and fighting for their lives kicks off this sweeping and hilarious novel from award-winning writer Drew Hayden Taylor that blends thriller, murder mystery, and horror with humor and spectacle. A ding!
So sorry.
That sounds like 3, 4, kind of, if you count humor.
Yeah.
4
Genres.
crazy genres to blend together. Elmore Trent is a professor of Indigenous studies who finds himself entangled in an affair that's ruining his marriage.
Oh.
Shocker that it's ruining your marriage.
Right.
Paul North plays in the IHL Indigenous Hockey League, struggling to keep up with the game that's passing him by. Detective Ruby Birch is chasing a string of gruesome murders with clues that conspicuously lead her to both Elmore and Paul. And then there's Fabiola Halan, former journalist turned author and famed survivor of a plane crash that sparked a nationwide tour promoting her book. What starts off as a series of subtle connections between isolated characters quickly takes a menacing turn as it becomes increasingly clear that someone or something is hunting them all. Oh, it sounds like I'm gonna like it. So yeah, I guess I paid a whopping $12.99 for it on Kindle, but that's okay. It's also one of the books for the buzzword challenge.
Okay. Oh yeah.
It's the one word title.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
You
keep up.
I was about to say that. I was like, oh, the one word.
Yeah, you keep up, you know. Then I got on Kindle Unlimited Missing in Flight. Missing by Audrey J. Cole. There's a bit of a common denominator here. Rushing back to her seat, Michaela Rossi is relieved that all's still quiet, but when she checks on her sleeping baby, relief morphs into fear. The bassinet is empty.
Oh, no.
I'm taking this plane down with me. Liam is gone. It was a long flight from Anchorage to New York, and with every flight attendant busy, Michaela reluctantly ran to the restroom, asking a seat neighbor to watch her son. Guess what's happening to that neighbor when I come back and that baby's gone?
You're throat chopping him.
I'm tossing him out of the plane. She stepped away for a few minutes, yet at 30,000 feet, he still vanished. Passengers and crew scour the plane to no avail, and since no one recalls seeing her with a baby, suspicions begin to mount about Michaela's mental state. She's certain this is nothing like her mother's on-air memory meltdown. If only Jack, her husband, were there, he would believe her. A high-profile banker featured in Forbes. like, who's what? Maybe he could even help. But Michaela is squarely on her own, and she'll have to think fast in order to find her son before it's too late. Did you ever watch the movie Flight Plan?
Mm-mm.
That's like...
Who's in it? Nobody?
Good question. I mean, big actress. Hold on. Yeah. Her.
Oh.
What's her name? You know her name?
I do know her name.
Jodie Foster. Duh. Jodie Foster. Yeah, very similar thing happens in this movie. She's traveling somewhere with her daughter, but not like a baby. She's like I'm going to guess here, 6-year-old? Something like that. Goes to the bathroom, comes back, and she's gone. And everybody's like, what are you talking about? There was nobody here with you. And she's like, ha, ha, ha. My daughter was here with me. You better give her back. So, I'm just telling you right now, I'd be tearing that place up. So it sounds good. Sounds creepy. Sounds unsettling. Then I got some other books on Kindle because, why not? I don't remember who wrote it. Dwayne. Haha. Well, I didn't have to pay $1.99. Well, see, but it says first reads, and that's why I got it. So maybe I did pay $1.99. I don't know. Anyway, Otherworldly by Dwayne Worrell.
She's got so much money she doesn't know.
Oh, yeah. See, if that's the case, they don't tell you you're about to pay $1.99. They're like, here you go, here's the book.
That's funny. I'm teasing.
I know. I'm like, that's wild. It's a sci-fi. Cleo Xavier is a renowned astronaut and explorer, not an addict. At least that's what she tells herself. She's always been able to navigate the isolation and loneliness that come with space exploration, which makes her a perfect candidate to join 4 other astronauts on a mission to Orbis Alias, the farthest planet in the solar system, to test its terraforming viability. But when Cleo and her crew arrive on Orbis, its surrounding wasteland reveals mysteries and horrors that none of them could ever imagine. Here, the tortured atmosphere changes as dramatically as the landscape. The sky itself seems to be descending. Take a breath. And something sinister lurks in the unknown. One by one, the crew go missing.
No.
Send me home. And Cleo must venture deeper into the planet to save them, even while she finds herself falling to old vices as the isolation she once so craved becomes as oppressive as the shifting black fog. So, but if she's like over being an addict, and that's her old vice, I'm assuming, but she's on a planet that's not Earth, she can't get to her stuff, right? Who's supplying drugs?
Right.
So, anyway, sounds interesting. Sounds good. I hope there's a lot of exploration. I don't know if it's just going to be on this planet. I'm assuming probably, but... Then I got The Intruder by Frida McFadden, which is on Kindle Unlimited. That's the... I'm not going to look that one up, but it's by Frida McFadden, and that's the next book club pick for the book club me and my mom are in. Hopefully I like it. With Frida McFadden, it's gone kind of, back and forth on whether or not I actually like her stories. Then I actually wanted this book in paperback, but it's like more expensive than the hardcover right now because it's not even really out in paperback.
Oh, okay.
And it was on sale on Kindle for $1.99. So I got it. And it was Alchemized by Sin-Lin Yu, which was originally, it's based on she wrote a fan fiction of Draco and Hermione. Mm-hmm. I don't know the details, never read it. I don't know. Not interested in Draco and Hermione, if I'm being honest with you. But the story and that cover, this story and that cover all sounds very intriguing. So, and because she couldn't publish it that way, she had to change like everything, basically, and that's this book. So, it's a fantasy about an alchemist and stuff out of school or something, and I don't feel like reading this one now. But I'm sure y'all have seen it on Instagram.
You did talk about it last week, I think. So.
I'm sure y'all have seen it on Instagram. Alchemized, So, I got it for $1.99. I would still maybe like it in paperback, but I'm not going to pay $35.40 for it. That's
Why
just
not?
that's not happening. So that's my haul.
That's a nice cover.
It is a nice cover. I like it a lot. Very very gothic, dark academia.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'll like it. It's a pretty big book, 1,000 pages.
Mhm.
So
You'll be reading that for a while.
I will. So that was my only downside with Rift. I almost put that in my review, but I was like, I don't want somebody to be completely turned off because I say this, so I didn't put it. But it's not available on Kindle.
Oh.
I would have finished it a lot quicker.
Mhm.
Maybe not a lot, but a quicker if I had also been able to get it on Kindle.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It was nice only reading the book in paperback, so that was good. Anyway, okay, well that's all I've got. That's all I've got.
Oh, that's all I've got. I thought I rambled too much earlier, but I think we did good.
Oh
on
my gosh,
time.
41 minutes.
Yeah.
High five. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna, I almost said hang up. We're gonna be done and move on to our next thing. We've got time, right? It's 12:46.
Yes.
Okay.
She's asking because I have an eye appointment today. It's very important.
Yeah. Also, the lighting. How do you feel about the camera?
I like
You
that.
like it?
Yeah.
Yeah. For anybody who doesn't know, this is a different Pixel phone. It's Austin's old one. But I came down here earlier and was setting everything up. I had a black shirt on, and
Did you disappear?
yes, I colored my hair. Everybody, you noticed? So yeah, I did. I was just a floating white head because my hair's not black, but like it was really dark.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the black shirt, it was really dark and the black backdrop.
Yeah.
So I changed a setting on the camera. I made it better quality somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like, are you sure you want to do this? It's going to run your battery dry. And I'm like, I don't care. It's only for this. So then I went and sat back down and I was like, that looks a lot better.
Mhm.
So you can actually see me.
It looks good.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay.
All right. So, thank you as always, Kindred Spirits.
Here's Bart's.
Thank you, Kindred Spirits.
Spirits.
Kindred Spirits, thank you as always for listening. It's wonderful to know that there are so many of you in the world. I'm sorry, my mouth is dry, so of course I can't talk. Please check out Sideways Sheriff. He's on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And then, of course, if you want to buy any merchandise from us, let us know. We'll make sure that you get whatever it is that you're wanting. T-shirts are really great. We have orange and gray. The orange is my favorite, but a lot of people don't like to wear orange. So you probably want a gray one. But if you get one, then it's like free advertising for us. Plus you get a cool shirt. I'm just saying. And in the spirit of keeping this short, until next time, stay happily booked.
Bye.
Bye.